we're just going to do a little bit more on the subject of, well, it's to do with medicine really, but it's back with Ukraine, but have a look at what's going on here. This is on the back of a lot of work that Debbie has done looking at Ukraine and what's been happening with the biotech biotech industry, Freudian slip there. Of course, a lot of stuff going on around the war itself. We've got Ukraine being a test bed for Western weapons and battlefield innovation. So the longer it goes on, the more Ukrainians die, the more the West can supposedly improve its own military system. So there's lots of areas to this. We've got another report here, Exclusive. Battlefield communications startup eyes Ukraine as a test bed. Let's get into this war because we can produce more gear and make more sales and make more profit. We've got Politico here talking about Ukraine becoming a test bed for cyber weaponry. So I think we can see very clearly what's happening. Debbie's mentioned this one before, Ukraine creating a DARPA-like defense research agency. And also the West is in with Ukroboronprom, which is their military industrial provider. So the West has got in here to make sure that we can help reform this big military enterprise and no doubt control it. We've got another agency called NAKO, which is creating a new ecosystem in amongst that. And if we have a look at the mission, it says that our vision is a Ukrainian defense and security sector that is effective, accountable, and far less susceptible to corruption. But if we look at the comment on the right, we see that the Foreign and Commonwealth Office of Great Britain has been involved, and yet we're running rampant with everything that we're trying to sort out in Ukraine. So corruption running rampant in UK, but not to worry, Ukrainians, we're going to sort your country out. And what better than to have France with us, because of course France is another corruption-free nation, and Sweden also mentioned there. But of course, what's really in the background is casualties. This is the UN talking about the total number of casualties, civilian casualties, and it's really horrible to see the figures. There's 17,000 mentioned in one area. We've got over 500,000 in Donetsk. 4,000 mentioned. There's casualties accrued every day in the civilian populations, but of course nobody wants to talk about the total number of military Ukrainian casualties. I'm putting 300,000 up again to at least give some focus. But what is good about military casualties? Well, you don't want the killed in action because bodies are no good. What you want is the damaged bodies. You want people missing arms and legs and hands because that allows the biotech industry to come in. And here's a Virgin advert: Superhumans helping injured Ukrainians. So the prosthetics industry, the reconstructive surgery industry, rehabilitation, PTSD, this is all a vast money maker if you're in the right industry, and the reports here tell us about it all, including that the First Lady of Ukraine is involved. We've got Jean Olwang, the founding CEO of Virgin Unite. We've also got the Not Impossible Labs. We've got Mick Eberling, rock musician Sting, and film director Trudy Styler. So this is all big bucks, big industry, and the BBC is in on it as well. Because we've got Ukraine war here. I'm going back to the front line with my bionic arm. So, David, I can't see your face at the moment. Let's bring you on screen. How horrible does it have to get that the West runs the war, creates the casualties, and then makes more money off the fact that they're strapping bionic arms so men can go to the front and presumably die?
Well, as Smedley, the general in the United States Marines, said, war is a racket, and we're certainly seeing that here.
Okay,